Welcome back, everybody. As the United States moves closer to its 250th birthday next year, we continue our We the People series. And tonight, we take a look back at the life of a Civil War soldier from Massachusetts who left behind a remarkable trail of letters. Those letters and that story, that soldier's story, might well have been lost to history if it wasn't for the hard work of a local businessman with a passion for the past. Our Chris Pisano explains.
Stan Prager is a man surrounded by high-tech equipment. It's how he makes his living, repairing, building, and selling computers at his East Longmeadow business, Go Geeks. But here at home in his office, his love of history is on full display.
The connection between these two, technology and history, is I was interested in digitization, and it seemed to me that that was the perfect marriage between history and technology.
He came to that realization while working on his master's degree in history a little more than 10 years ago.
In the course of that, I did a project at the Wood Museum in Springfield, where I digitized a trove of Civil War letters that they had lost and they had found just recently in a chest.
But it wasn't until later, through a friend, that Prager hit upon his passion project.
She said, just happened to pull me aside one day and said, hey, you know, through my family, I came into a collection of Civil War letters from a soldier and was wondering if you'd be interested in seeing them and maybe you could digitize them for me.
The answer was a resounding yes. And as a self-described Civil War nerd, Prager soon found himself wondering about that young man who wrote those letters, George Gould, a farmer from Leicester. At 29 years old, he joined the Grand Old Army of the Republic in 1862 and fought on the side of the Union. While there aren't any pictures of Gould, his letters and Prager's extensive research provide great insight into who he was as a man and a soldier.
And while he was gone, his wife, who was 26, died of typhoid fever and leaving 3 orphans. You know, they're 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. They're small children. He was devastated by this loss, and he talks to his mother about it in one of the letters that I have.
In that letter, dated October 12, 1863, he writes,
"Dear Mother, it's now about 3 weeks since she died, and I can't realize that I shall see her no more. But if I should live to get home and see the vacant chair and the 3 little motherless children, I shall then realize my great loss."
Gould also speaks of his time in battle, as in this letter from May 14, 1863.
"The Rebs were in force about 30 miles from us at a place called Washington. You probably read about it in the papers. They were booming away for 17 days, 15,000 against our 1,500 men.
But it's a letter he didn't write in June of 1864 that had possibly the biggest impact on Prager. One written during the Battle of Cold Harbor in Virginia, informing Private William Gould's mother that her son wouldn't be coming home alive.
"I have sad news for you. Your son, George W. Gould, was killed and left on the battlefield during a furious charge on a rebel works yesterday morning."
So many soldiers from Massachusetts from his regiment died. He was one of them that was killed on the field there. So while I was reading it, I got like really emotional. I started crying.
And became motivated not just to learn more about Private Gould, but to honor his service and his short life. Here inside Leicester Town Hall, Gould's name is engraved on this monument with 36 other fallen soldiers. But it was the neighboring town of Paxton that actually drew Prager in search of Gould's final resting place.
It was very emotional because I started walking thinking I was going to have to walk through the whole cemetery and find him. And he was right here, you know, he was very near the gate. So I found him really, really soon. So that was surprising. And what I began doing actually was talking to him as if he was like, you know, your grandfather or something, you know, when you went visited his grave.
He was an old friend at that point.
Well, because I had read the letters.
Prager visits this gravesite several times a year now, cleaning the headstone, placing flags, and keeping William Gould's memory alive. That of a simple man from Massachusetts whose patriotism helped save the very country he loved.
He writes in his letters about how important it is to save the Union. And he died, and because he died, the Union is preserved and we ended human chattel slavery in the United States, and that's a huge accomplishment.